Welcome back to Snetterton for round 5 of the MGJ Engineering Circuit Rally Championship. We are live on special stage for the final 2 stages of this 5th round. So we've got 9.3 miles per stage left to go, and the leaderboard has completely changed on its head, but we will give you that in just a moment. 2 stages we've not been with you, and presumably you've been like us following the live results, and the action here has been very sideways and very fast, I've got to say. So this time around the layout's changed. Our competitors start on the gravel at the back of the circuit. They then enter the centre straight about halfway down, go all the way around the circuit, pretty much the entire distance, and then just after Coram they split right into, it's a hairpin, into the tight paddock section that we've had all day, and then back onto the circuit again for a merge. So it's going to be fast, and these Nadgery type bits that have been providing all the entertainment today are set to do exactly the same. They've provided quite a lot of jeopardy as well, haven't they, as we've been going through today. And some of that jeopardy has played out as far as the results are concerned. Another rally where penalties will perhaps decide at least some of that leaderboard. John Griffiths and Emma Morrison getting a frustrating penalty as far as they're concerned, booking in early to the time control. We mentioned earlier that cars were waiting at the time control. It was one of those, we've mentioned earlier, didn't we, that we don't normally have cars waiting to check in, and they're not normally that strict on these circuit events, but this time they were. Emma holding her hands up, and to be fair, taken in good spirit by John. They were sending pictures of abacuses and things like that to her, and she just received a big trophy for being the leading co-driver in the British Women's Racing Drivers Club, I believe, which John found fairly amusing in an ironic way. Hey, exciting news, by the way, as our reigning champions and now 4th place, John Griffiths and Emma Morrison, are on the stage. Give me 1 second and I will give you that exciting news. Patrick O'Donovan, Jack Mawson lead the way now by a single second from Michael Igoe and Will Atkins. The battle now very much between those two, and not registered for championship points, but nonetheless very exciting. And in the mix, Chris West, Steve Cox in that Peugeot 306 Maxi. We knew they would go well. He's got a bust-up knee as well, so fair play. Chris has been peddling that 306 Maxi so well all day. John Griffiths, Emma Morrison a little further back. So at the moment, as far as the championship is concerned, it's still 3rd place. It's still damage limitation, not forgetting, of course, that this pair in the Fiesta R5 come into this round leading the championship. Michael Igoe could do to get that 1st place, to get himself out in front. But as things look right now, if it were to end with Patrick O'Donovan and Jack Mawson in the lead, that's pretty good damage limitation for John and Emma as far as the championship is concerned. So that exciting news then is that you could win an exciting prize from Special Stage and Rallying Is Life, our clothing partner, simply by joining us on this live coverage. So wherever you're watching from, and whether you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, or on specialstage.tv, the new place to watch all our live, archived and highlights coverage online and on TV. All you got to do is be here with us. So if you're here with us, you're already in the draw. If you like and share the stream, well, it can't hurt your chances, but we are going to pick somebody at random to win the fantastic t-shirt. If you look on the Special Stage Facebook page and the Twitter, and indeed the Instagram, we've got a picture of that t-shirt. It's styled in the old Lombard RAC rally plate, but it's our very special Stage Rally TV t-shirt. We'll be giving one away every single time we do a live stream this year. You can't buy these, you can only win them, so make sure you stay tuned afterwards and we will tag somebody who's won that t-shirt. And to answer some of your questions, yes, we will send them all over the world, so it doesn't matter where you're watching from, Australia, America. Hello to Nathan Shaw, who's joining us on specialstage.tv. Alan Moore, Kevin Charnock already giving us his t-shirt size, love that. Brian Kemp, David Grant, hello to Bonnie Papa. Got a decent bit of coverage in the Motorsport UK Revolution magazine, Bonnie, this month, didn't you? Nice to see that. Win Lewis asking if we're going to be showing the juniors. Yeah, we are going to be showing the juniors, and I've got to say, the talent on display here today from our new crop of junior drivers. If you look later on, you will see this is our junior contingent, some fantastic drivers for 2024, and already some stars joining in the battle with those key contenders from last season, including our reigning champion Charlie Matthewson, who just taking a bit of time to get used to that new car, and it's very, very different. We'll have a little bit of a wander as well during these stages and maybe catch up with Matthew and a few of the others as well in between times. But right now, you're watching action from round 5 of the MGJ Engineering Circuit Rally Championship. Up next, we've got the last stage of the day, and with 1 second in it going into this one, who will be coming out of that on top? That is the question, and it's a question which now has an impact on the championship as well as the rally result. Sean and Colin Quigley have been having fun out there today. Michael Igoe making his way around for the final time. You see Paul Moreau as well. Jonathan Kennedy alongside instead of Callum Cross this weekend. Fair play to James Garner and his team. We'll show you a video in the next live stage. But we had the team with the gearbox out, getting that clutch sorted in between the last stages before 4 and 5. That's a hell of a job to do in the service area. We also did some rally nerding out in the service area as well. 4 different generations of Mitsubishi Evo rally car here today, and I'll share that with you in a short while as well. But we got them all together, lined up to the bemusement of some of the teams, I've got to say. Evo 3, Evo 4, Evo 6 and Evo 9. Absolutely brilliant. We based ourselves in the Paddock area, where the service area is based, just at the back of the pit garages here for this stage. So we'll try and get some reaction from some of our crews as they come in, but rather than doing it at the stage end, we'll be able to get a bit more information, spend a little bit more time getting that reaction. Ollie O'Donovan and Ashley Morris have looked quick all day, haven't they? Throwing that Hyundai around. Although it was penalties causing problems for them as well, dropping them right back on the leaderboard. Wayne Labalestier, by the way, look out for him in that Mitsubishi Evo 3, absolutely throwing it around. Same with Alistair Stables. Alistair came into this round having not done Brands Hatch, needs some points from this round, and chasing Martin Hodgson, but that Chevette has been dancing around here, especially in the tighter sections. I know from some of your comments you've been enjoying watching that. There's been some really fast-paced action here at Snetterton. It is a round that always does provide a faster challenge. First car through the flying finish, so we should be getting John Griffiths and Emma Morrison down here into the service area very shortly, and we will join you live from the service area and get some reaction from our crews when they arrive back. Steve Hill, Matt Daniels in the Evo 6 currently lead the way in Class B with Lane Labalestier. Darren Labalestier alongside in second place. Stuart Cabman, Stuart Simpson in third, and then Sam Gendy, Samantha Bartlett in fourth. There are our 4 Mitsubishi Evos, Evo 6, Evo 3, Evo 4, Evo 9 in that order in Class B. Class C at the moment, Chris West, Steve Cox leading the way, as you might expect, in that fire-breathing Peugeot 306 Maxi, a real crowd pleaser here today. James Garner, Jordan Joins, having got that gearbox out of the car and back in, and got the clutch sorted. In that ex-championship winning Darien are in second place, then it's Martin Hodgson, Tony Jones, third in that class. Alistair Stevens, Neil Jones behind them. Class D, Alex Stubbs, Reese Edwards, taking a bit of a chunk out of the car, but they're still running and they're still in the lead as well, so it might have been worth it. Nigel Greenstall, David Hudson in the first of our Toyota GT86s behind them. Then it's Grant Shand, James Brown in the Forest Spec historic Rally Extreme. Rothman's liveried Mark II, fantastic looking car. Class E, Joseph Duffy, Daniel Duffy lead the way in the Elise. Daniel Wright, Mark Annison in the Fiesta second. Then it's Nigel and Tia Fooley. And in Class F, John Bray, Will Bray going well all day in the MGZR. They're leading the way from Tommaso Porter. And wasn't it good to see how much he was enjoying himself? Second ever rally and in second place in the class now. Robert Barnett, Andrew Napier, C1 in third. Kay Thompson, who started today so well, came here as championship leader in Class F, struggling a bit all the way down. At the moment, in seventh place in the class. That's crucial for Maz Miller and Ian Davidson, who are looking at the championship points, and at the moment they're in fourth. They're going to take a whole load more points from this than Kay as things stand. Not enough to change things as far as the championship leaderboard is concerned right now, but that is what they will be aiming for, and it's a good chunk if they can keep this up. That's your class update. And for those of you asking about the juniors, Riley Chester, Victoria Swallow continue to lead the way, and it is a good lead now with 29 seconds from George Fenner-Lateo and Izzy Holman. Charlie Mathewson, Ian Bass have now overhauled that podium position in the new VW Up. That Mathewson's car now into third place with our reigning champions on board. Kenzie Snowden, Jonathan Turnbull dropping down to fourth, but a stellar performance from them all day in the Suzuki Alto. Car which quite a few of you have enjoyed seeing in action, actually. It's different, isn't it? Nice to see something different. But we will have some action from the juniors after this stage. Rallies.info is where you need to be if you want to follow the... Here we go, first of our drivers, co-drivers into the service area. So at the moment, Michael Igo, Will Atkins, wow, this is so close, are now on an identical overall time to Patrick O'Donovan and Jack Morton. Wow, that is close. John Griffiths, Emma Morrison, posted a time in third. We're just waiting for that 306 maxi time to drop in, though. We'll just get a word with John and Emma, who have come back in. Last checks from the service crew, last chance to have a check over the car before the final 9.3 mile stage here at Snetterton. At this point, there's no point risking anything. It's just about cementing those points for the championship. A podium finish, even if Chris West drops back into third in the rally, it will still be a podium, as John gives some instructions to the service crew. Having a bit of a job on with the handling on the rear of the car, just giving the service crew some instructions for the tyres there. John, at this point, it's about damage limitation for the championship.
Yeah, that's what we thought. Once we got the penalty, is see how far we can get up and see what happens at the front. Unfortunately, we hit the wall there, so that slowed us up a little bit. I don't know what the time was like, but yeah, keep pushing.
47.59 on that. No, it wasn't. That's right. I haven't got the stage time on that one, but yeah. At the moment, though, penalties obviously were the talk of the last round, and this penalty might be the talk of this one as well. But as far as the championship is concerned, it could have been worse.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So every round you just play it as you see it, and what comes out at the end of it comes out at the end of it. Like I say, I think we're lucky to get away with that because we really did clobber the wall quite heavy. I expected a puncture or something bent, but I must have hit it quite square on.
Well, you're even now, aren't you? Driver and co-driver have cocked up. Fair play to John, though. He was smiling earlier. He was smiling earlier. Fair play, because it is stressful when things like that happen. But you just got on with it, and you had a big smile on your face.
Well, last time she was quite upset about it. And I said, look, nobody's died, nobody's not injured, so we just carry on and have some fun now. So that's what we're doing.
Well, having some fun and hopefully taking some championship points with them as they do so. Ollie O'Donovan, Ashley Morris are back in. Patrick O'Donovan is in as well. Let's try and get a word. Patrick just briefing his service crew. Jack Morton, reigning Pro Tyre Motorsport UK Asphalt Rally champion co-driver alongside. We crowned him at the Asphalt Awards last weekend. If you're not going to stop for me at the end of the stage, we'll wait for you in the pit garage, Patrick. Wow, what a show you're putting on for us today. It's now equal at the front.
Yeah, you know, we lost a bit of time in that last stage, not the one just gone, but the one before. Coming into the gravel section, I overshot one of the square right before the square left. So I sat there for about 6 or 7 seconds trying to turn off ALS in reverse, ALS back on and getting away again. So unfortunately, we're neck on neck going into the final stage. It could have been about a 7-second lead from us, but that's the way the cookie crumbles, I guess. Yeah.
That is the way the cookie crumbles. If you can guess the film that line is out of, then fair play. So what's the plan now? You've got 9.3 miles, and you know Igo is going to be flat out.
Yeah, well, we're hoping he's going to be too flat out, maybe push too much and make a mistake. He's got a slight advantage on this way going around. I've never been on any of these circuits, so obviously you come from Rallycross, so he's been here where it's been GT racing and touring cars and stuff, so he knows the lay of the land there. So it's my first time ever. I've been on iRacing, a bit of Project Cars before. I was going around, I was like, this feels familiar. And then there's a few bumps that don't exactly come up in the games, but no, it was yeah, it was good. The plan's going to keep pushing. We're just gonna do everything we can, try and not make a mistake.
It's important for the championship to have any hope of pushing on with a championship campaign, isn't it, after last round?
Yeah, unlucky after the last round, 5-minute time penalty for clipping some of the stage furniture. I'm not going to go into too much detail about my opinions on it, but I don't really understand. I can't quite fathom the 5 minutes and where that comes into.
I don't think anyone watching home will mind you going into detail. As your dad said, nobody wins when that happens.
No, it takes away from the title fight and the championship fight and the fight on the day, but we lose a load of time hitting the chicane. We lose a load of financial damage as well by clipping it, and it's one of those things, I guess it is what it is. Hopefully they change it for the future, and yeah, only time will tell.
Frustrating for all of us, but if it rains, and it might rain because we are due rain any moment, I reckon that will level things out, because Igo might know the circuit, but you know a thing or two about sliding cars around.
Yeah, the rain's when I'm most comfortable. This morning I was comfy in the rain, beaten by a few seconds, and then I've had Jack on there, and I was getting him every second to try and check the weather report, try and see where it's going, and no, so yeah, just happy with that. Hopefully the rain comes in.
Ollie, before you run away on me, it was Patrick struggling last time out. It hasn't been the best of days for you today.
No, we were unlucky there on the last stage. We got a little bit of a puncture, and we dropped a lot of time with it, really. We lost the wheel completely. So unlucky not in today. We had another problem earlier on this morning with gear selection problems. So a lot of little niggles, but we're still having fun.
Can I suggest you were enjoying yourself out there, though, because you were sliding that thing around?
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I mean, we're not pushing for time, so we're just pushing for a good fun, and we're achieving that.
Ashley Morris, your co-driver, was grinning away when I said that. I take it you were enjoying yourself as well?
I was, yeah. Like Ollie said, we lost a bit of time on the previous stage, so decided to have a bit of fun now, which we are doing, so yeah.
Taking it around, when are we going to see you back out driving?
Northwest stages in March, so yeah, back for the Pro Tyre Championship, as I think I mentioned to you before, so yeah. Brilliant,
good to hear. So Ashley Morris back in with Ollie O'Donovan, and she's been looking forward to this round. It is a fast rally to be in one of these Rally 2 and R5 cars, and as you've seen today, I hope it's come across on the coverage. It really has been a fast pace out there, and we're going into the final of today's 6 stages at Snetterton with our rally leaders on identical overall times. Martin Hodgson is trying to hide from me, but it's not going to work. Why? Well, I figured if I come down here, you can't drive past me, any of you, can you? Come on, hop out. I'll let you hop out. It's all about championship points today now, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Yeah, everything's about championship points. I think we've just got back into first in championship in last. So that's where we need to be,
Watching you and Alistair out there, it's really clear that Alistair wants the points from today. He is dancing, that Chevette. I've never seen him go so close to the furniture.
But he's going slower, isn't he? He's going slow.
He's trying.
Yeah. Oh, we've all got to try.
Great class though, isn't it? There's a load of competition in this class, and that's always been the case.
Yeah, it's as good as it's going to get before you get to a four-wheel drive, isn't it? That's it, you know, as fast as we can go.
Or sideways.
No, we don't do that. None of that.
Can we just get the camera in this pit garage a little bit, because I'm amazed about this selection, this display you've put on for us here. You put a lot of effort into how you've stacked your tyres up.
Just tyres and make them look pretty for you, you know.
It's almost like they knew we were coming. That's an impressive display. Tony, we never speak to you, and he always tells us to. So yeah, you can't escape from us when we're in the pit garage. It is, we're just saying, it's a close class. There's a lot of competition, and to be looking at the championship points at round 5, you know, it's the club rally drivers' prerogative that they just say we're never looking at the championship, but you really are.
Yeah, I mean, I missed Alton. Martin did Alton with somebody else, so I've done one round less than him. So I think I'm about 4th or 5th in class co-driver at the moment. Martin, I think Martin's leading. But yeah, it's looking good here at the moment. We've got no chance of catching Chris West, but
Mega pace on that Peugeot.
he's crazy.
Enjoy yourself?
Pardon? Oh yeah, we always enjoy it. We always enjoy it. We always go out and have fun.
Tony Jones co-driving for Martin Hodgson in that class-leading Mark II Escort. I'm going to wander out into the service area here and see who I can find. I was going to find you some of our junior drivers, but of course they've gone out to the stage, haven't they? So we'll get hopefully a bit of reaction from them when they come back in, and you'll be able to watch the action on your screens wherever you're joining us. Thank you for being here. Obviously without you there'd be no point in us doing this. And if you haven't yet, please do check out specialstage.tv. It is the new place for all of our rally coverage, online and on TV. Everything that we do live, all of our highlight shows, all of our special features are all on specialstage.tv. A man who has been very much pleasing the spectators today with his sideways antic is Wayne Lavallesia. Wayne, you haven't been in a straight line at all today. You're driving this thing like a Mark II Escort.
Is it? Oh, I thought the wrong car. I didn't realise. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. Well, having some fun and enjoying it. It's been hard work, but I'm just here to enjoy it. So I think I've proved the point.
Well, I think so, and I think there's quite a few points being proven with Group A cars at the minute, aren't there?
Well, you look at the number on the door, take the 1 off, and I'm happy. Anything in front of that, and I'm over the moon. So, yeah, brilliant.
You have been having a lot of fun at the same time.
Yes, yeah, too much fun in places, if I'm honest. But yeah, good. Yeah, really enjoyed it.
Nice to see a few of these in the British Historic Rally Championship, wouldn't it?
Can you tell my sponsors that, please?
The conversation around Group A cars and the British Historics has got quite a few tongues wagging, quite a few people mentioning it here today, and it's a debate which I'm sure will rage. Should four-wheel drive historic cars be eligible for overall rally wins in the historics? I say yes. You know, the tables have turned and the baton has been passed on before. Fair enough, there's only a few out at the moment, but there comes that point, doesn't there? A bit of a tipping point where once people know that the prize is there to be won, they throw their hat in the ring. Are we at that point yet? We might be, you know. A bit exciting to think that we could see some of a Group A machinery fighting it out for historic rally wins in the next few seasons. So we'll let that debate play out and have a bit of fun with it in the meantime, no doubt. And if you are, whichever side of that debate you're on, just remember to keep it fun, because that's what we're all here for. At the end of the day, we're here for the rally cars, we're here for the battles, and we do love them. Hello to Rachel Kramer, who's just sent a picture of the David Appleby Engineering TR7 V8 of Chris Ingram and Michael Gilby, who actually today is co-driving in the Junior Championship, and tomorrow will be in Yorkshire for the Reponian. And she's just heard that TR7 V8 rumbling for the first time. It does sound glorious, doesn't it? We're going to wander over and speak to Chris West, because wow, the pace from that 306 Maxi today. We knew that he'd be going great guns here. Former champion, of course, in that car, and it's always been entertaining to watch. It's always been on 3 wheels as well. But today it's been something else because he has got quite a significant injury. His knee is strapped up with a cage. I kid you not. And he's probably surpassed his own expectations of what today might have delivered. Where is he? There he is. Just mixing his driving with his engineering at the minute, having to fiddle with something inside the car. I'll flick the results back on, just check. Well, I think you probably surpassed your own expectations today, and I had pretty high expectations for you, so you're about on par with those.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm pretty pleased. You know, struggling on the gravel big time, we're losing so much time there. But, you know, I'm happy. There's a hell of a lot of quick cars here, a lot of quick drivers. I'm really pleased with the result. It's a shame we've obviously lost third now. I think we're in fourth, aren't we? I think.
Only by 4 seconds.
Yeah. So, but you know, we're going as we go. There's not much left, so I'm happy. It's been a good day, nice rally, and yeah, great fun.
Nice to see this back on the podium again, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely. It will be there. I'm just a few teething issues. We've got a little teething issue now. But, you know, just time, and been out of it for 4 years, realistically. So, you know, I've got to just get my head back into it and go again, really.
Those of you watching at home, Chris isn't registered for championship points, so he won't be on our podium, but he's certainly looking good for that fight in the last 9.3 miles. And we will be expecting to see you on the Northwest stages. Are you looking at a full Asphalt Championship campaign?
At the moment, definitely, yeah, that's the plan. So hopefully we'll be there and see how we get on in the first one, just sort of play it by ear, really, and keep going. Hopefully we'll get a good result. So I think it will shine on closed roads more probably than circuits, because it's got the legs now, so hopefully we'll be doing silly speeds.
Equally, I think it will be terrifying.
Yeah, probably.
Looking at this in the Manx lanes.
I've got no fear, so I'm all right with that. Be terrifying who sat next to me, I think.
Chris West, who has put in one heck of a performance today. There's quite a few too slows written on the back window of that muddy 306 Maxi rally car. I don't think he's been too slow today, do you? I think he's been pretty impressive. Going to wander down here and see if I can catch up with Joseph Duffy, who was struggling earlier, wasn't he? With the gravel section, with the car bouncing around and bottoming out. Are you going to put them in for the last stage? Is that what we need?
Yeah, I think so. Might still win the class.
You're not really sure. There's no wonder you're driving this.
That's the only way I fit, mate. Yeah, do you want to get in?
Perfect size for a load of sillies. And you were struggling on the bumpy sections on the gravel, bottoming out. It's a very low car. But you look good on the other bits.
Yeah, exactly that. It's a bit better now. They changed the layout slightly on the gravel. Not quite as rutted, but yeah, we were getting stuck in that earlier. But circuit stuff's great. Yeah, we're quick as the day goes on.
Point. I'm just looking down the entry. So at the moment, I mean, you were leading the class anyway, but 16th overall is a pretty formidable result, because that's a heck of an entry.
Yes, it's a strong field, isn't it? Yeah, I think if we hadn't had the terrible first stage, we might have been up there top 10, because we lost nearly a minute at first stage, I think. So yeah, that's our target, I suppose. We'll see where we end up.
That's a hell of a target with just one stage left to go. And I know that it was lost on you earlier, but the poetry of a Lotus coming back to Norwich and doing the business here at Snetterton is not lost on me. So I'm going to enjoy that, even if it's new to you.
Yeah, no, I've learned something new today. I've had a couple of the latest guys coming over and speaking to us about it today. So yeah, now I know. I'm sitting down with that Lotus later from this picture.
Are you going to do it?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Daniel, you need to make sure he does that. We'll be out doing the champagne stuff, but you can do that on my behalf.
Excellent.
Have fun out there?
It's awesome. It's a lovely track. We're really enjoying it, haven't we? Suits the car so well now. The grip is amazing. This morning was hairy, but that's been really cool. Really cool.
Good to see rally drivers and rally co-drivers enjoying themselves out there on these rallies, because, you know, it's fast-paced. The competition at times is intense and at times controversial, but at the end of the day, we do this because we enjoy it, and it's something that we like to see, isn't it? When you point a microphone inside a car, you don't want to see people doing what ultimately we all want to do. You don't want to see them not enjoying themselves. I'm going to flag down our Class F leaders, because they've been fast all day. You You guys have had a fast day out there today. I'm going to open your door. We've got a bit of time. We've got stuck at the stage end here, so I can have a proper chat to you. It's a class which is kind of finding its feet again. Had a bit of a lull, and now it seems like the competition's back, but you have been in a league of your own today.
Yeah, a bit luck really, I suppose, but just picked the right tyres, just tried to drive smoothly, and I think that was the key today, really. But yeah, it's been thoroughly enjoyable. As Brands was, this is just it's like a bit more off-road, but it's been great, really has. So yeah, lucky, I suppose. And yeah, it's just really had a really good run. So
one stage left to go.
One stage left to go. I'm just going to take it easy, and yeah, got a class win. So that was my aim. Because he's 21 yesterday, and I didn't want to mention that, but you know, it's yeah, he weren't very happy. But yeah, so well, I wanted to get a 1 in it. Yeah. So yeah, but we've got 29th overall. If that's the case where we stay, then that'd be absolutely brilliant as well. So.
Happy birthday, Will. There we go. Sean and Will Bray, leaders in the class. And these guys in the Chevette. You enjoyed yourself out there today. This Chevette, I've taken a video of you guys in the paddock here earlier. You were so sideways.
we tried to put on a show. We're not the fastest, but we do a good show.
It's slippery. Everyone else was finding the grip, and you guys were just drifting it.
Yeah, it's slippy, and we've got really bald tyres.
Like, that is a very entertaining looking Chevette. They've had a lot of fun today. Now, I was going to look for Sam Touzle, Francis Touzle. I know a few of you wanted to catch up with them. I haven't been able to find their service area, I've got to be honest. I mean, it's a fairly striking, unique-looking car, so... It might be down by our joint rally leaders, Michael Igo and Will Atkins, so we'll head down there and try and grab a word. Gutted to see you wandering around and not in the rally car, but you know, decent day before that, and you know, this championship's gaining its momentum now, isn't it?
They're very good.
Yeah.
Very pleased with how it's going. Hopefully another year next year as well.
So you guys have got your name above the door, and you know, it's a name that we're all getting used to putting on the tip of our tongues now. And you know, from an enthusiast point of view, it should be a thank you from me and the people at home for, you know, for throwing your hat in the ring and sponsoring it. But it's a name that's been around this championship with the Brands Hatch stages for a few years now. 10 years, is it?
10 years for Brands Hatch and 2 years for this, and hopefully 3 years. Yeah, 3 years next year. All being well. Lovely.
We'll see you next time out. Thank you, Mick. Sponsors in our sport are so important, particularly ones who are as passionate as the team at MGJ Engineering. And as you heard there, Mick Johnson is planning, at least at this stage, to come back next year and have another year in this championship, which is fantastic. I had a funny story which I was going to put to Patrick O'Donovan. We might do it at the finish, because I've got a feeling we'll be talking to him there. Dean, who was one of the organisers who I had dinner with last night. During COVID, the motor clubs in this neck of the woods, just like all over the UK, had to be creative about what they were doing and how they were going to get the sport back up and running. And one of the events they ran was an all-comers sprint at Debden, for those of you who remember that. I think it was 2020. Dean turns up with his Clio Turbo, and Patrick O'Donovan was there in his RX 150 rallycross buggy. And the Clio showed a clean set of heels to these rallycross buggies, and Dean saw it as his claim to fame, as he said last night. So I said I would put that to Patrick and see if he remembered. At that moment, I'm sure he does. we all found a lot out about ourselves and about our sport, didn't we, during those tough times, and it was quite fun to have a chat about those moments last night. Apologies for the voice. Mentioned earlier on, struggling with a bit of man flu this weekend. But nothing like plenty of medication and throat lozenges hasn't sorted out. There we go. So we're looking for this jersey pair, Sam and Francis Touzell. That was a bit of a walk down here near the race control building, in between that and the scrutineering building, if you know Snetterton, and we were right over the other end near the Coram grandstand before that. So to think of some things to tell you guys about while we were walking over here. You guys have been having some fun today, and there's quite a few people on our live stream who have been wanting to hear from you after we spoke to you earlier, see how it's been going. So, you know, you guys have come over here and you're fighting among a new crop of drivers that most of them you're not used to competing against. And it's been tough to begin with, but you got to the swing of it pretty quick.
Yeah, every first run of each stage we struggle because we don't know where we're going. Second loop, obviously, done it to us, so then we'll push a little bit harder, but obviously we're here today, we've just changed to different compounds because obviously getting ready for our East riding. But this place, these boys, can tell they've done this before.
5th overall, 4th in class, against an entry like this. I mean, it's just R5 car, Rally 2 car, R5 car, 6 maxi. Just such an entry for what essentially is a club rally. It's not bad.
It isn't bad, no, to be fair. And I've got to give it up to my Uncle Francis there for calling these notes with no notes. He's telling me what kind of angle it is, and yeah, it's I'm just hoping.
Come here, Uncle Francis.
Just hoping that, you know, coming into it, it wasn't.
Doesn't know where he's been going all day. That's why he's got to listen, right?
Don't want him to listen too much. Don't want him to get scared.
Fun day?
Yeah, it's been brilliant. It's been brilliant. It's been like some Ken Block stuff, you know, with the old four-wheel drifts. And
we liked it.
It's brilliant. Love it.
People at home are enjoying it as well, and they wanted to see from you guys, because it's great to see Jersey crews coming over here. Enough of us go over there and enjoy your lane, so you may as well come over and enjoy some of ours.
Yeah, and the weather's been quite good today, compared to yesterday. It's nice to get off the wet and onto some proper slicks to see what the car's going to do. But thanks to everybody at home. Appreciate the support. But yeah, see how the rest of the day goes.
Thank you, guys. There you go. Said we'd catch up, didn't I? I was going to grab a word as well with Michael Igo and Will Atkins, but they have just gone out to start the stage. I wonder if Paul's knocking about somewhere. There he is. Paul, tricky start to the day for you before the rally even started, trying to get the car through noise. Damien Cole sent me a message and said it was probably on a Euro exhaust, is it?
No, it's British exhaust, but we've done nothing. It's absolutely same pipe as we've always run.
Excuse the pun, but it baffles me. Do you like that, when these things happen?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, I can't understand it. So we just said make sure it gets through noise, and it did. So what else do you do? But yeah. It's normal pipe. We've a new centre pipe at home, so we might just put that on and just see if it does quiet it a little bit. But I don't think it will. I don't know.
Just scrolling down, having a look on the leaderboard. There we are. You were there somewhere. It's been a good day.
Been all right. Got better as days gone on. Yeah. Everything's come to a bit. Them boys are on the league of their own at the moment, but we're wrapping up with championship where we are and what we're doing. Where we had to beat. So yeah. No, it's good.
One more stage.
One more stage to
go. No rain. Well, it could start to come. It feels like it's spitting to me, but I can't be sure. Paul Murrow then confirming Damien Cole that he's on a British exhaust on that R5 Fiesta. Very odd, isn't it? It goes through noise one day and then not another. Now, oddly, Patrick O'Donovan, if you're looking at the results like I am, has tumbled down. That's why I paused slightly when I was talking to Paul and looking at the leaderboard, because Chris West, Steve Cox, as far as the overall rally, not the championship, the rally is concerned, are showing in 3rd place. Michael Igo showing in the lead, we knew that. But John Griffiths and Evan Morrison now in 2nd place. We've lost our equal time competitor, Patrick O'Donovan. Jack Morton, they're now showing back in 9th place. I wonder if we've maybe got a penalty there again, and I think there'll be some dismayed faces in the Albertech Racing camp if that is the case, because that's dropped. Whatever's happened there, I hope it's an error, but whatever's happened there has dropped him right back down to 9th on the leaderboard that I'm looking at. That shows Michael Igoe, Will Atkins in the lead of the rally. So we're just having the last few cars through the stage at the moment, and then we will have our junior competitors. Let's have a word with Kyron Hankin, who has been getting used to a new car, let's not forget. And it's not been best of days, a top 10 in the class. But James Swallow out of the car, it tells me a story. You guys are not continuing.
No, it's just been one of those days. It became a bit of a test session after the puncture on stage 2, so just save the miles on the car and start to a spanner check out for the Northwest stages in a few weeks' time.
So as a test, has it been useful, or are you getting more to grips with the car now?
Yes, definitely. We had a test a couple of weeks back, but we've got a lot more confidence in the braking, the general setup of the car, and getting the gist of it all. So yeah, it's all looking good now for the future events.
Thank you, James. James Swallow, co-driver for Kyron Hankin in now the C3 Rally 2. And as you can see, it's missing its rear roof spoiler. Now, it was very leery out there. You might remember when James Ford lost his on the East Riding stages last year. It made the car ridiculously loose at the rear end. You wouldn't have thought they made that much difference, would you? I know Citroen Sport wouldn't put them on if they didn't make any difference, but to make the car that leery, I wonder if that was the reason for them swinging that rear end around in that last stage that we saw them in. But going no further at this stage, just deciding to save the miles on the car, as you heard James say. But interesting that a number of our leading crews are choosing to mix a Circuit Rally Championship campaign with a Pro Tyre Motorsport UK Asphalt Rally Championship campaign 2024. That seems to be the way to go. Some of the action we've had today has just been absolutely fabulous for a championship which has its roots very firmly at club level. I think you'll agree, I hope you'll agree, as Mick Johnson said to us, the momentum is building, and it's an exciting service area to be wandering around in, and it's exciting to be on the stages as well. So our junior competitors are up next. I'll keep you updated on that leaderboard, because it seems odd that we should lose Patrick O'Donovan from that leading position on an equal time to Michael Igoe and Will Atkins. Certainly Patrick didn't seem to be aware of anything, did he? We even discussed his penalty from Brands Hatch when we were talking in the pit garage, so I'm not really sure what's gone on there. I'm just going to have a word with John Coolidge in the angle here before we give you the action from the juniors, because this car is just something of a character, as is the crew. John, come on, let's nerd out about Anglias. I know I've come in just as you're eating something, which is kind of the thing I do. Louise has got the apple. Tell me about the car. Yeah, eat it while it's put him off eating his apple while we're. Tell us about the car.
I've had it for an awful long time. 1987 I started building it for autocross. Twin cams in it, push rods, cosies, 3 Vauxhalls. So it's more like a mobile test bed, really.
Brilliant.
And I did put it to one side for a year or two and built an Escort. Nicked all the running gear, and I went off and was rallying all over Wales, and people said, "Where's the Anglia?" So I thought, got to bring it back out again.
Brilliant. So, Louise, you can see going around the car that I bet you've got a story for each one of the dings and bits of repair.
See that little corner there? Is it? Yeah, that's often gatepost corner, that one.
Gatepost corner, I love it.
Yeah.
How much filler's in there?
No, it's not that much. I'm quite good at knocking dents out.
Yeah. I suppose you would be over the years. No, it's a fabulous car, and certainly to begin with, when it was slippery and greasy, you were so sideways out there, weren't you? That must just be so much fun. The car looks really well set up for just being chucked in.
Yeah, it's a forest car, really. And I just bung on different springs to do these tarmac events. I don't even set the tracking. It's really bad, a bit of string. Amazing. So, forest is where it's at, really.
Amazing. Thank you for talking to us, John and Louise Coolidge, in that fabulous Anglia that you will have seen. We posted some photos of on the Facebook. As I say, the juniors are due in the stage. I think they are in the stage, actually, although I'm nowhere near the stage as we currently speak. We're just going to roll an ad break, and we'll be back with you in just a few minutes' time. I'll have some reaction from our junior crews as well.
That's the thing, and this is what pissed me off when we did Donington. They had a 2-hour race in this before Bill Costa was gone. And he was chief clerk or whatever it was, senior clerk, 750. We had a 2-hour race at Donington. That was the last race of the day. It gone bomb. It come to 5:30, 6:15. And they turned around and said, we're still going to have the 2 hours. Donington using his wireless transmitter. And they said, we're still going to have the 2 hours. We've got what, 2 hours to go on. I've got another 90 after your place.
Okay, as you can see, our junior F1000 Rally Championship competitors are out on the penultimate stage. The last time we will see them today, because our live coverage will then move to the seniors, and we'll be doing the champagne spraying and rounding things off at the end of stage 6. Michael Igo, Will Atkins, I'm pleased to say, have had their challenger reinstated. It was an issue with the online times service. I don't think it was a penalty in the end. Patrick O'Donovan, Jack Morton back on that identical overall time going into the final stage, setting things up nicely. John Griffiths, Emma Morrison, you heard from them. Damage limitation, but not a bad result, all told, given that they did get that penalty. And I've got to say, fair play for how that was handled. These things are not easy, and they can often lead to big issues within a team, and that hasn't happened, and that's great to see. Chris West, Steve Cox in the Peugeot 306 Maxi in 4th place at the moment, just 4 seconds back though. He'll be on a big push. He had a point to prove when he came into today. You heard him say he's proved that point, he's made that point. And I think we can all agree he's made that loud and clear, very loud and clear in fact, and he'll be making that point when he gets out onto the closed roads of the Northwest, the Legend Fires Northwest stages in a few weeks' time, because that is where the UK Asphalt Rally season starts. The Pro Tyre Motorsport UK Asphalt Rally Championship will start at the Northwest stages. We can't wait to be there and to see the variety and the cracking entry that we've got as well on that rally. It's going to be something else. Anyway, from one end of the spectrum to the other, and no doubt whatsoever in my mind that some of the seems wrong to call them ladies and gentlemen at their age, but definitely some of these junior competitors will be out there fighting for honours in these top championships in the future. They've shown themselves to be stars already, many of these in previous seasons, certainly last season, and we've got some new challengers as well. Our first look at the championship, at this junior championship today, and it has been a really good day so far. Plenty of battles. We're going to get you some reaction from the finish of this stage from our junior competitors. At the moment, Riley Chester, Victoria Swallow have just managed things absolutely superbly. So we have lost Daniel Taylor and Stuart Gilks when the gearbox went on their Lotus Bit Citroen C1. Disappointing for them. Mike Taylor, Kathy Stewart, well-known competitors in their own right. Dan's parents in this championship. Very disappointed, but as Mike said, sometimes that's rallying. They did 100 miles at a test at Blyton Park last weekend, and sometimes you do a test and everything seems fine, and then you rue that mileage afterwards. I've done that myself. But Riley Chester, who came 6th overall in the championship in 2023 in the F1000 Junior Championship, is kicking his season off, going into, if this last stage time is anything to go by, going into the final stage of today in the lead. It was a lead of 29 seconds going into the 6th stage of the day, the longest stage that these guys have done. Riley Chester, Victoria Swallow leading the way. George Fenelatayo and Izzy Holman in the 2nd of the Nissan Micras. Interesting that the Micras are back on top, isn't it? In 2nd place going into this stage. And to remind you, we'll hear from our junior competitors in just a moment as you watch them on this penultimate stage, this 9.3 mile monster, really. You consider their age and experience around Snetterton. It's fast. It's taken some bravery out there to be putting in these leading stage times. But 3rd place at the moment, Charlie Mathewson, Ian Bass. The new VW up. Charlie this morning was, when I was talking to him, saying that he'd really rather have his Peugeot back, which was easier to drive in some ways. And it is, of course, the car that he had very much underneath him when he won the championship last season. This new VW up has taken a bit of getting used to today. But again, you just have to come back to, how young these guys are. But yet how level-headed. Charlie was talking to me earlier in the pit garage about having to find a balance between preserving the car and going flat out, because he doesn't like damaging the car. He's got one eye on that. I mean, to have one eye on that, to have one eye on not damaging the car and yet to win the championship is pretty impressive. got to say. So third place at the moment for our reigning champion, Charlie Mathewson, Ian Bass alongside Mackenzie Snowden, Jonathan Turnbull. Impressive performance from them today in the Suzuki Alto. They're currently fourth. Only 12 seconds going into this stage, back from our reigning champion. Mackenzie was fourth in the Drivers' Championship last season. And there we go, Charlie Mathewson is over the stop line and has completed the penultimate stage. We'll be seeing from him in that Mathewson's VW up very shortly. I can see the headlights ablaze from here. We'll get some reaction. We'll find out in a minute what the stage times are like as well. Josh Slaughter, Andy Walshaw to continue the leaderboard are in 5th place at the moment. Again, another good performance from them after coming 5th place in the championship last season. Henry Cunwill, Mark Williams. 6th place, William Thompson, Alan Edwards in 7th at the moment. And Igo, Lloyd Edwards, Sharon Tomlinson in the Peugeot in 8th place. Thomas Marriott, Rob Brooke in 9th. Rob competing today with providing his club motorsport service to competitors. He's been running around the service area in between stages, regassing people's extinguishers, selling helmets to people whose helmets have failed scrutiny, and all manner of things. And he put on his Facebook earlier that good service costs nothing. No, but it keeps him fit. Jalilia Mohammed, or Lulu Mohammed, with Michael Gilby alongside. Again, another great performance. Just his 2nd rally. And this is a stellar crop of junior drivers that we have. This is probably one of the best crops of junior drivers that we've ever had. I was talking to Matthew Jackson earlier, who I used to be in the F1000 Championship when he was. You know, even then, you could see there were stars coming through the junior series that would make it out into the top levels of our sport, and they're doing that. They are out there. Such an incredible championship, and this year there's a real feeling that the Mini Cooper Rally Challenge, John Goff and Guy Butler's Mini Cooper Rally Challenge, could well be the next credible step for these guys on their journey to bigger things in the sport. So keep a lookout for that as well. Carl Green, Tommy Henderson went into this stage 11th with Daniel Bickard, Alex Mill, 12th place. That was your junior leaderboard going into this. At the moment, Charlie Mathewson, Ian Bass, Mackenzie Snowden, Jonathan Turnbull, the first of our 2 competitors through with a time. If you go to rallies.info, you can see the times come through as we do. Okay, so our top 5 has stayed where it was going into this penultimate stage. Riley Chester, Victoria Swallow leading away from George Fenner, Latayo and Izzy Holman. And Charlie Mathewson, Ian Bass, who you're about to hear from, in 3rd place. A 3rd place that they fought hard for, by the way. They're only 3 seconds off 2nd, but they're only 2 seconds ahead of that Suzuki Alto behind them on the leaderboard and on the road. That Suzuki Alto behind you is in your rearview mirrors. He's also behind you on the leaderboard. You fought hard today, and you've been getting used to this car. How does it feel to be in the fight? Because you were a bit worried earlier, weren't you?
Yeah, I was a bit, I think disheartened is the right word this morning, and I wasn't quite happy with it. We've towed it out a bit and just played about with it a bit, lifted it up so we weren't bellying out in the ruts around there.
You said to me it was set up for someone else.
Yeah. And now it's getting nearer to being set up for me. So yeah, we sort of we just had a decent stage just then, a few little areas where we could push on a bit more. But the one before that, I think it was stage 4, that was a good stage, that. So yeah, no, we're happy.
2 seconds to make up in the final stage to get 2nd. Can you do it?
We'll have a good go.
Have a good go. I knew that was coming. A nervous laugh from Ian there in the co-driver's seat. Mackenzie, the last time I saw you, you had paper and plastic all down the side of the car from your incident here. You've kept it clean. You've been in the fight all day. I know it's not quite the way you started the day, but you're quite happy with that, I can tell.
Yeah, quite happy. Last stage we just pushed there, and then on the last stage we're going to have to push a lot to try beat Charlie.
2 seconds the gap. It's basically a red rag, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jonathan's looking at me like, don't tell him that. He doesn't need you to tell him that.
Yeah, good.
Good luck. We're looking forward to seeing that last push.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Kenzie Snowden, John Turnbull going into the final stage. Just 2 seconds. Josh, 5th place in the championship fight last year. 5th place at the moment going into the final stage at this first round this season. It's not bad.
No, it's brilliant. A lot of fun today. Slowly catching the others now. I think we came joint second on that one. And yeah, it's going really well. So last stage, big push, I guess.
See, hang on, what have we got? So yeah, 36 seconds to catch the car in front, but a lot could happen in 9.3 miles.
Yeah, well, obviously I hope he goes well, but at the same time I want to beat him, so guess big push. I'd like to say thank you to V-Box because they gave us a free camera at the start of the day, which is very nice. It looks things very expensive, so thanks a lot.
Let's hope you've entertained them inside that little Peugeot today. Citroen. Riley, what can we say? This has been a big day so far. A lot of pressure going on in that final stage, yeah?
Yeah, a lot of pressure, but it's good to show the Micros have still got it after all this time.
I was saying that, actually. You've got Micros 1st and 2nd. That's quite a turnaround, isn't it?
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Happy with your performance today?
Yeah, I feel like I've been one with the car then.
So you're really going to have to listen to Victoria through this final stage because, you know, this is where mistakes happen, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. A lot of pressure on this last stage. We just want to get through it, get the finish, hopefully win.
Riley Chester, Victoria Swallow are hoping for a win. They're doing everything right so far. Continue, we'll just move back a little bit because we are holding up the time control a little bit. We will. I'm just looking at times as we come through. George, you've had... He doesn't know his results. Am I not allowed to tell him his results? Okay, let me just tell you that you're going extremely well. What's the plan for the final stage if you don't know your results?
Well, we're going to try to keep the hot car behind. Having a good little battle up front with the Micros. You know, it's fun. Good day out for Micros actually, but you know, the stages are good. Some rain's coming in now, so it might get a bit more greasy, but overall I think we're doing really well, and you know,
And Izzy managing things from the co-driver's seat, but spoiling all my fun there. Great performance from these two. I won't spoil the surprise, but as he drives off, I'll tell you that 2nd place for George is just fantastic. I can't believe nobody's actually managed to let that slip so far, 'cause it's been there for most of the day. Thomas, you guys have had a good run today. You happy?
Yeah, it's been all right. It's not been too bad. I mean, it's gripping now, so, you know, obviously a lot happier than we were this morning. So, you know, yeah, it's all right.
And in between servicing extinguishers and selling helmets and doing all manner of other things to support everybody else in the rally, he's managed to co-drive all right, has he?
I don't know about that. No, I'm joking. No, he's been all right. He's brilliant. Brilliant.
What to do inside that car? By the sounds of it. Keep you fit anyway, that business of yours, Rob. Thumbs up from Thomas Marriott, Rob Brooke. Flicking down the leaderboard as we go. The times are not through yet. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to tell them the times. Everyone keeps telling me I can't. Settle this for me. Is it Igo?
Yako.
Yako, right. We did this at Cadwell, didn't we? Yako, right. Okay, guys, you've had a good day. You've got faster as the day's gone on and smoother as well, noticeably so.
Yeah, it's good. I've started committing into the corners more since this morning, and feel a bit more confident in the car now.
Aaron's got a big smile on his face. He's looking forward to this last stage. Big push, scare him to death?
Yeah.
Yes, let's do it. Yako's going to scare Aaron Tomlinson to death. He'll have a job on. A few people have tried that over the years. Do you see what I said earlier about these guys being so level-headed and just having so much fun? And they know what to say when the camera's thrust in their face. Henry, you've had a pretty good day today. Do you know your leaderboard position at the moment?
6th overall.
Excellent. I nearly got in trouble earlier on. I wasn't allowed to tell somebody else where they were on the leaderboard. But you guys have had a good day.
Yeah, improved over the day. Once it got dry, it was going faster and faster. James was meant to sit with me, but his dad hopped in instead. Yeah, really good.
Has he had a decent day?
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah.
Getting quicker by the stage, fair play.
Yeah, I would agree. Well done. Keep it going. One more to go. Remember, guys, these drivers, most of them aged 14 and 15 years old. Just amazing, really. 8th place on an incredibly competitive leaderboard, and you're going into the final stage of this first round of the season, having got a few good miles under your belt. Are you happy?
Yeah, I'm quite happy. Just with our stage 4 crash, it's been a bit harder. Lost that 37 cushion we had to 7th, so now we're just trying to fight it, see what we can do, really. So yeah.
Confidence doesn't look like it's been affected, though.
Nope, still going at it.
Brilliant, that's what we want to hear. Still going at it. William Thompson, Alan Edwards still going at it into the final stage. Bit of a do in stage 4, but no confidence loss. And just the times are all coming in quite fast now. This is quite good. Kyle, you must be happy to be within such a fast-paced top 10.
Yeah, well, obviously we picked up the pace throughout the day. We had a problem on stage 2 with the car, but we've just worked back, fought back, and now we're getting quite a few positions in the table, so I'm quite happy.
What stage was it where you knew that the car was coming to you and you could really get the hammer down and start pushing?
It was definitely stage 3. I could see it all coming together.
Yep.
Yeah, I was really happy.
Brilliant. Right, good luck. One final stage. Isn't it amazing at their age that they can actually recognise when it's all coming together and the car's starting to get underneath them? That's quite a big thing for anyone who's driven a rally car competitively. That's sometimes a very difficult thing. You can find yourself not really knowing what's going on and just driving as fast as you can. And, you know, to actually recognise that change in flow, that change in rhythm is quite a mature thing to be able to do at that age. And I know I talk a lot when we're talking to our junior F1000 championship drivers about their age, but it is important. It's why this is such an important championship for our sport, and it's why we should really respect the efforts of Tony Billam and the rest of the guys spending so much time focusing on the careers of these young drivers. Just looking down my leaderboard. Am I allowed to tell you where you are, Daniel? It's been a really competitive day, and you've got a field of drivers here. Most of them who've not done this rally, but have done a fair few miles before, and I know you're not one of them. You're in 12th place, and you're chasing. You're on it, aren't you?
Yeah, I've been trying my hardest all day. We had a little spin, but it didn't move my confidence. I've kept my pace up the whole day.
More to the point, because there'll be people watching this at your age at home, and they'll be thinking, I'd love to do that. Are you enjoying yourself?
Yeah, I'm loving it. It's brilliant. It's amazing that I get to come out at 14 and go and do this.
You're doing a rally and doing the same stages as WRC spec machinery, top drivers that have done the Lombard RAC Rally, part of the World Rally Championship before. That's quite surreal, isn't it? Will that sink in by the time you get home?
I don't know. It's some of the cars are incredible here. There's some really quick ones, and racing alongside them is insane.
I like that smile. We want to see these lads and ladies enjoying themselves, and they absolutely are. Lulu, I didn't realise you had a champion in your midst as well. The only Works Rally driver ever to have been in the junior series. You've had Cameron Davies helping out. Michael Gilby's thinking, who's he talking about? Have you had a good day? You've got faster during the day, and your confidence seems to have. I know this is only your second rally, but your confidence just visibly to see. You've been getting out of the car, and you've had a bit more of a swagger about you throughout the latter part of the day. Is that fair to say? Best part of the day for you so far?
I don't know. I think just gaining more experience. And, yeah.
So, final stage. I'm just trying to click down the leaderboard to see where you sat. So at the moment, you're in a fairly comfortable no man's land, because you haven't got to watch those rear view mirrors, so it's just about fighting that clock now for you. What's he like in the co-driver's seat? Got a lovely photo of Michael photobombing me from the finish of a rally, and I got it right. I didn't realise that you were in the TR7 V8 tomorrow. So David Appleby Engineering commented, said, actually it's Michael Gilby, so I put that picture up and said he's always sneaking up from behind. But well done on another brilliant performance, and we look forward to seeing you back next time out. We'll see you then, both of you. Just obviously score him out of 10 when you get to the end. Don't make it too easy for him, all right? Cameron Davies, of course, had Michael Gilby in with him when he did the junior championship, and he was technically the first junior to have a works drive when he had that Chevrolet Spark. But Jalilio has been putting in really good times today, and it's remarkable to think of how young these kids are. And we are into the final stage, into our super impressive junior F1000 championship cruise. We've been getting our championship cruise into this final stage, and here we go. equal on times going into this stage then. Michael Igo, Will Atkins, Patrick O'Donovan, Jack Morton. Wow. Jack's been there a few times, so he will have been doing his thing on the co-driver's seat. Co-drivers really come into their own, particularly experienced ones when you go into a fight like this. It's just starting to rain. Now it's not going to rain hard enough to affect our first few crews on the road. But it is starting to rain. The rain has been threatening to come down all day. Looks like it finally has. That's the last we will see from our junior competitors on the live coverage today then, but fantastic to have them here as part of the entertainment, and thank you to the MGJ Engineering Circuit Rally Championship for not only accommodating them, but for encouraging us to shine a bit of a spotlight on them as well when we get the chance to do so when they mix ranks at these Circuit Rally Championship rounds. It's a pleasure to be speaking to these kids, knowing that one day, not too far from this one, we'll be talking about them in very different cars and very different championships. And as we've already seen, we might well be talking about future champions in our sport. Quite poetic, really, isn't it, that Michael Gilby, who you saw in there with Jalilia, will jump in with Chris Ingram tomorrow in that David Appleby Engineering Works spec TR7 V8, having been in with Chris Ingram back in the day in that junior car in the Citroen C1. I remember those days well. My, how we've all grown up and changed. You can follow their progress at rallies.info. Riley Chester, Victoria Swallow, going for victory. Got a 30-second comfort margin to George Fenelatayo and Izzy Holman, who was keen not to have me spoil the surprise and tell her driver this is in. You've got to respect that. That's the way they want to do the rally. Co-drivers are guiding these guys through the first steps in the sport. That's the way they want to do it. Seems to have worked for them today, doesn't it? Charlie Matthewson, Ian Bass, just 3 seconds behind though. I wonder if George will at least get a heads up that that's the case. Now, a man that I've been hoping to catch up with, I had dinner with Peter Walters last night at the Angel Inn, and we were sharing stories, Peter. Yours were far better than mine. Just share with us very briefly on the live stream your story about when you used to race with John Button in the rallycross.
Oh no, that was an accident. I entered it thinking, I really didn't realise it was a full international, and I entered in a road car, and one of the competitors sold me a crash helmet and decided that my windscreen wasn't legal. It was
Rip Speed, wasn't it?
He announced himself eventually as Keith Rip, and they broke the windscreen on my car accidentally, and it went on their insurance. And they said, next day, your new boy, come and sit next to us in the paddock, we'll look after you. And on the start line, they ran the rear engine cars first, 2 Hillman Imps and 2 Volkswagen Beetles with Porsche engines. And in the front was Tony Lanfranchi in a Works Rally Imp, and there was me in a little road Imp with the roll cage and knobblies. And I couldn't work out why no one was standing at Paddock Hill Bend. It had been snowing overnight. When Lanfranchi whizzed off and span into the barriers, I realised that you couldn't actually stand up on the bend. You could sit on your bottom and spin around. So I pootled off onto the infield, which was fresh snow, so there were no tyre tracks, and everything was marked by little bamboo canes with castrol pennants, and you look at it at eye level and you don't know where it goes. So I went very slowly, and they set the 2 Beetles off afterwards. One was the wonderfully named Laurie Manifold, and the other was John Button.
Love that, Laurie Manifold.
Yeah, it's a great name, isn't it? He was very good at carburetors, funnily enough. And obviously they caught me and passed me, but sadly, Laurie Manifold crashed. He went too fast, and eventually John Button blew his engine. So although I was the slowest car in the whole event, I won the class.
Your nose is out of joint, no doubt, in those days.
No, it was a total mistake. I'm an idiot.
Fantastic. I love stories like that. Thank you, Peter, for sharing that with us. Some great stories over dinner. Right, John Griffiths and Emma Morrison are into the finish now. The question is, how is this podium going to end up? Still showing competitors only to the end of stage 5 on the results. We've got John Griffiths and we've also got Michael Igoe into the finish, sat there waiting at the time control. Remember, this is important. This is where that very slight mistake from Emma, and to be fair, they're not normally that strict on time controls on these events, but that small mistake has cost Griffiths and Morrison dearly, so they are waiting until their due time. I don't know if you can, you probably can't see from here, but they're all trundled down. By this point, Michael Igoe will just be wondering, I can't see if we've got Patrick O'Donovan in. I think he's just driving in now. To remind you, Michael Igoe and Will Atkins went into this stage in the lead. Patrick O'Donovan, Jack Morton in second place on an identical time. Mason just needs to step back a little bit so we can back these cars in, because this will be our podium. And I think John Griffiths and Emma Morrison will reflect on this as a pretty solid result, given the potential for it to all go suddenly very wrong when that penalty landed earlier on today. I'm pleased to say that a penalty will not be, at least not in its entirety, deciding the results today. Pace has done that. Michael Igoe, Will Atkins, Patrick O'Donovan, Jack Morrison have been pushing so hard out front. But unbelievably, and probably importantly for the championship story, because he needed this, Patrick O'Donovan and Jack Morton have taken provisional victory by just 1 second from Michael Igoe and Will Atkins, who, as they pull forward into the celebration podium area, will now know that they've taken second place here today. For John and Emma, that's good for their championship. A win from Igoe would have, I think, just leapfrogged him ahead, although I was wrong on my championship points permutations at Brands, wasn't I? So don't rule that out here, but that's definitely a result that John and Emma will be satisfied with. Damage limitation at its most crucial, at a pretty pivotal point in this championship here at round 5 at Snetterton. Patrick O'Donovan, Jack Morton take victory number 2 in the 2024 MGJ Engineering Circuit Rally Championship. The first one came at Cadwell Park. They came out of the blocks and startled quite a few of their fellow competitors. It was a disappointing Brands Hatch, but that is now behind them. And that is victory number 2. Look at that big grin. I don't know if you can see that big grin from Patrick. But believe you me, he's grinning. John, Emma, as far as both your result and Michael's result goes, that's about as good as you could hope for with damage limitation.
Absolutely, yeah. It was a good fight back by ourselves and Patrick. Wow, 1 second. We didn't even think we were going to come out of that last session, but yeah, brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Emma, you must be, I know you're grinning from ear to ear, because, you know, these things happen, and the way you guys both handled that was class, to be fair, and the way he handled that was brilliant. But here you are, you know, it hasn't really impacted the championship fight.
No, luckily, yeah, that costly mistake could have been a very costly mistake. Yeah, I don't quite know what to say. And
look at the stage before, though. You know, he clumped the wall, so, you know, mistakes on both sides of the cars can decide rallies. In this case, they haven't.
Yeah, we got away with that one. I don't know how we got away with that one, but we did. And then, wow, the battle going into that last stage, that is some finish with only 1 second. Even if we removed that penalty, we couldn't have kept up with those two on those last few stages anyway. Yeah, that was it.
No, that's quite nicely poetic, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Well done, the fantastic performance. John's disappeared. I know he doesn't quite like his interviews. Right, we'll leave you to your celebrations. Well done. Back in that champion. It wasn't ever out of it, was he? We'll speak to this pair first, and then we'll get to our winners today. Michael, what a fight to be in today.
Oh yeah, definitely. Probably the best fight we've had so far. Yeah, no, great, and that's what we want. That's what we want. We don't want to come and just drive around and win rallies. We want to fight. We want to fight, and that was great. Shame that John got the penalty earlier, but
I think you'd be the first to admit it wouldn't have affected things with the pace that you guys had out in front. So actually, it's all ended quite well.
Yeah, well, I suppose we've ended in the same positions that we would have done. But yeah, no, great fight. And as I say, Patrick, this is his job. This is what he does day in, day out, weekend in, weekend out. So to be anywhere near him, I'm really happy.
Will, people watching at home, some of them will think he doesn't really mean that. He'd quite like to drive around all day and win all the rallies, but actually he does.
It's a good battle, to be fair. We have enjoyed it. It's good to see the pace that the championship's at now. Like with John and Patrick matching us on times. You know, we've been real nip and tuck other than the first stage. It's good to see, yeah. It's competitive. He was trying.
You've lost your driver to go and help John because his car escaped.
Yeah.
Well, great performance from you two. And he's just taking the $1 billion photo. Not quite, but for the gram. And you should follow Patrick O'Donovan if you don't. My 16-year-old keeps me updated daily on what you're up to. What a performance from you guys today. That looked like a lot of fun, and it was for us, actually.
Yeah, well, the emotions were a bit up and down there in the last hour or so. You know, we didn't have the best start to the day, a little bit of a bad call on strategy on our own side, and then a few mistakes here or there. You know, I lost 7 seconds in stage 4, had to reverse in through the gravel bit, but that's the way it goes. But no, really happy to be able to get up there. You know, Jack kept me on it through the final time bits. I'd never done that kind of circuit way around Snetterton before stage 5, so Jack had a bit of experience. He was keeping me on it with the notes. So yeah, really just amazing day, full of emotions, but managed to get that penalty off us, and yeah, just really happy with that. So thank you, Jack.
That was quite poetic, wasn't it? Martin Hodgson trying to make a lot of noise and failing actually at the last hurdle. Jack, I was talking about this when you guys were in that stage. You've been in this position quite a few times before, not only in this championship with your previous drivers, but also, you know, in the asphalt particularly. You know what to do. So what were you saying to him going into the start of this stage?
Just keep calm. We knew there was time in the previous stage where we weren't using all the track. Like, it's all just about racing lines, and obviously against Michael and John, who were seasoned actual circuit drivers, that's where they were sort of like gaining quite a lot of their time. Like, not taking anything away from their driving, but they know the line. So trying to get Patrick on them lines, he's used to a bit more rallycross and everything like that. So, but he smoothed it out as the day went on, and he was listening, and just I said, going in, keep calm. We know what we have to do, and the rain's coming in. We'd made quite a bold tyre choice going in trade, and hoped the rain came, and it did so for the lap 2.
Enough rain to make it different.
Yeah. We went back onto a super soft, like old set of super softs that we used earlier in the day, just because we thought it was going to rain. And luckily it actually came in and sort of benefited it. So yeah, I think there was a bit of a difference. I don't know what Michael was on, but I think he might have still been on the soft, so that might have been different. But we edged every single little bit out of the car in there. So now, fair play to Patrick, he absolutely drove blinder in there, so over the moon.
Patrick, how important is this for the championship?
Well, it's really important. You know, it's absolutely everything. Last event we lost a load of time in Brands by, as I said earlier, touching some of the stage furniture. So to be able to come back and get a strong result kind of puts you back into contention, and hopefully we can carry the momentum forward into the next few and see how it goes.
You know it's a fast-paced championship. You know it's exciting to be a part of when you go into the final stage on level times. Congratulations, and thank you for the show that you put on today.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, Paul. Thank you.
There we go then. What a fantastic performance from our championship top 3. A fight that gave us everything we wanted right up until the final miles of the day, going into that final stage, equal on times. Just shows the momentum that we were talking to Mick Johnson from MGJ Engineering about earlier, and how it has grown here in the MGJ Engineering Circuit Rally Championship. Look at those celebrations. They are genuine. Delighted competitors, and competitors that have had their eyes on their individual championship fights, and today got a bit of a glimpse as to what they've got on their hands, all of them, going into the final rounds of this year's championship, because Tell you what, I don't think you'd want to call it at this stage, would you? I know I certainly wouldn't. What a day here at Snetterton for round 5. And what a story for this championship. There was a time when people used to say, nah, circuit rally is not real rallying. Well, the emotions, the battles, the strategy and everything else that we've seen today would appear to turn that on its head a little, wouldn't they? I think we can say this championship battle is going to be one of the best we have seen here in this MGJ Engineering Circuit Rally Championship. That is all that we've got time for today. As you can see, it's pretty busy down here at the finish. Competitors still coming in. Congratulations to everybody who made the finish. It was a tricky day out there today, but what a fight and what a show we have got to come. And don't forget, we'll be giving away that special stage Rally TV t-shirt to somebody today, so stay tuned. We will tag somebody after today's live show. Make sure you tune in to specialstage.tv, which is the new place online to watch all of our live and archived footage from around the world of UK rallying. What a day. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have.